as the first pair in funny car comes out, it's going to be a great matchup. But let's look at the Lucas Oil Ladder as a matchup coming up a little later. Jim Head, John Force. First race, as I suggested, 26 years ago at Englishtown. Most recently, Head finished ahead of John Force twice, racing him at the 4 wide at ZMAX.
Other side of the ladder, I'm looking at Ron Capps, the second race with Tim Richards, calling the shot. His best qualifying position of the year, 7th. He's going to go up against Bob Tasker, who's been running pretty well in the last couple races.
But right now on the line, Tim Wilkerson and Matt Hagan. Wilkerson just made the field at Atlanta. Started on the bump spot. Lost first round to John Force.
Tim Wilkerson came in here with a new attitude. That car has looked very good in qualifying. Matt Hagan really struggled. They couldn't get the car to start in the good session on Friday night after coming out of the box and making a very nice pass with a 410. So, you know, and then the final run, they basically had some cylinders out that puts the car over towards the wall. So they're struggling a little bit, but we know both these cars have the combination. It's just whether they're going to hit it just right on this particular run. Tim Wilkerson, like I said, so far this weekend has looked better, but this is a whole new day.
And this time the left lane is a problem for Wilkerson. Hagan, a 411, 304 miles an hour. I gotta tell you, Hagan is just fearless. Tornadoes are coming through last night. We're in a restaurant, and he goes over to look out the windows.
Well, I mean, Tim Wilkerson had a great reaction time, had a huge advantage, but then the thing rattles the tires, goes up in smoke. He gets out of the throttle right there, and look at that thing rotate around. I mean, it's practically facing straight forward. So Tim Wilkerson's troubles continue. Let's go on board and watch him have to steer this thing. Whoa!
Everywhere.
Hey,
boy.
You turn the wheel that far, she's pretty sideways in a fuel funny car.
And that sets us up now for our Geico Tractionary. Mike Dunn.
Yeah, we're going to talk about clutch lockup, and we're taking a look at Tim Wilkerson from Atlanta. The lockup is a progression of clutch disengagement controlled by an air timer management system. In other words, it starts applying more clutch once the car accelerates, and as it starts accelerating, they feed it more and more. And Tim Wilkerson fed it a little bit too much. You can see him actually lifting the front end up in the air, probably at about 250 miles per hour at that point. Hang on.
Well, now let's go to Dave Reef and Jim Head. It's a Lincoln Tech Fix-It pit report.
Of course, talking about Jim Head racing John Force, and when it comes to veterans of this sport, wow, there's not many more years that you can combine. Any ideas the first year you would have raced John Force?
Oh, it had to be my first year in funny car, 1984, I'm sure. Yeah.
1985, you're spot on, but I got to ask you, I know you've got a finger that's not feeling very good. Tell me a little bit about what's wrong with it and what they've done to it.
Well, they call it trigger finger, and it's a tendonitis problem, and it hurt pretty bad at Atlanta, but they injected it with steroids, and I'll be fine.
You got lane choice against John. Can you punch him out today?
That's why we came.
Good luck to you. Thanks, Jim.
Oh, injected, that would have been cortisone. That's not fun. Jim Head.